Testing one, two, three. Testing one, two, three. And this is Morning Talk with Chief Peanut Nola 504. You're not going to get the first alert because this was a random. Okay, so if anybody wondering, Chief, I didn't see your alert. This is a random video. Okay, so it's great, man. It's great to be back on YouTube. It is so great to be back on YouTube. Of course, I've been suspended on TikTok on both of my channels, so it's gonna be a while before I go back to TikTok. Okay, I got a couple of they give me some time out. That's what they do when they don't like you speaking your truth. They give you a timeout. But shout out to the East Coast, right out here near Atlanta, Georgia. Shout out to McDonough, Georgia. So we give y'all a few times. Hey, look, man, get your coffee. You know what I'm saying? Get your tea. I mean, I love tea. I love tea, man. I love it's some tea time. I love when I drink coffee, man, it makes the tummy bubble, It makes the tummy bubble, you know what I'm saying? So y'all give me 1 second and I'll be ready to go. Welcome, 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 Grand Rising, OCO, Halito. It is great, 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 always to be able to spread the knowledge of the Most High and the ancestors. It's always great to come see my great people. Shout out to the vegan. Shout out to the greedy vegan, one of the greatest vegans I know. You know what I'm saying? We got ascending vegan in the house. I don't know if that's greedy, but I like that name. I like that. I like when we put that vegan name in. Okay, but it's great to see you guys this morning. Okay, it's great to see you guys this morning. Um, yeah, I didn't do any I didn't set any time. I didn't set any time. So this is a random recording. Okay. Okay. It's a random recording. So sometimes I just go on and just go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? It's the morning. It's the morning. And if my voice is just a little raspy, let me clear my throat. You know what I'm saying? Early in the morning. Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to Georgia. I got Georgia on my mind. You know what I'm saying? I got Georgia on my mind. Shout out to this morning in Georgia. Truckers life. Shout out to all the truck drivers out there like myself who grind state to state to try to make sure you guys have what you need. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I'm always great to push America. That's what I do. Okay. Um, yeah, grand rising to you, Halito, OCO. It's early in the morning. And yeah, there's a lot I want to talk about. I want to talk about yeah, TikTok once again. Once again, TikTok has decided on both of my channels that they're gonna give me some time out. They're gonna give me a timeout. And I won't be able to talk over there for a little minute, but I'll be needing a break from TikTok. I have to say I'll be needing a break from the negativity of TikTok because it'll make you angry. It'll make you angry, angry, angry. It'll make you really want to slap the shit out of some people. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So getting away from TikTok and the toxicity is healthy for me. It's healthy for me. And it's great to be able to come back to your content, come back to your baby YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's just it is what it is. But this morning, okay, and I'm going to piggyback off of some of the things that I heard and learned yesterday on my TikTok channel. Okay, now yesterday we had a couple of Africans who came after me. Okay, I had Africans who came after me. I had a lot of Mexicans who came after me, and I had a lot of Native Americans. Always the same group of people. Okay, I mean, I got so many death threats, so many nasty words, all kinds of things because they said our people have hideous culture. We don't have no culture. It said our people have hideous culture, and we don't have any culture. So then when I went to breaking down my culture in Louisiana, in New Orleans, Louisiana, I think they got very offended because I started to show them the differences of food. Then I started to show them the differences, how we dance. And I had to show the differences of the way the South is in America and the differences how they are where they are. Okay? Let us not be stupid or dumb. We have said on multiple occasions, and I mean, I think I've been on YouTube for 14 years, and we talked about this on multiple occasions that we are not Native Americans. Nobody has claimed to be a Native American. I don't understand why they don't know the difference between an American Indian and a Native American, because they assume that everything has to be linked. Anybody that puts a feather up have to be saying that they are a Native American. We have talked about this on multiple occasions. We have explained, broken down about there were over 500 nations, and you guys were the four, I guess the five civilized tribes that decided to give in. And there were more than just tribes of Mongolian. There were more than just tribes than just Siberian Mongolian tribes. There were American Indian tribes that were already here. So when we talk about things about the mounds, even your tribal chiefs have explained multiple times that the mounds were not built by Native Americans. I don't know how many times we have post videos that the tribal chiefs of the Mongolian people, these so-called Native Americans, have admit that the pyramids and the mounds were not built by them. And we have spoken about this, that these people historically are the people who built teepees, canoes. That is their culture. That's undisputable that is their culture. Teepees, camping type of equipment. Okay, so we don't dispute that. We told you, we even linked you, we have showed you your ancestors and your connection to Siberia and how familiar you and your cousins are. But for some reason, DNA is always thrown in the mix when it comes down to American melanated Indians. It's always a DNA question when it comes down to dark-skinned people here in America. But it's not a question when it comes down to you guys. I don't get it. I don't get it. And it's all about race. It have always been about race. Native Americans don't have a problem accepting YT people within their groups. They don't. They don't have a problem. The problem is with melanated people. Dark-skinned people offends them. Dark-skinned people have to be questioned. It's always a question of dark people. But then if we look into the beginning of society, the beginning of the planet, the beginning of civilization. Dark people are the original people of everywhere. Dark people, there's no light complexion people that started civilization. In every continent, in every country, it starts off with melanin skin, dark people, dark people. And that's the issue. When you go down and you think about when we talk about China, the original Chinese, the original Asian people, they were dark people. There's no dark people who are evolving from light complexion people. The darkest man and the darkest woman is the original people of the planet. Anybody who disagree has a racist issue. Anybody who disagree with that statement. The Caribbeans were dark. All of the islands were dark. There's no light complexion people scientifically. It's the beginning of people. Okay? So these are the things that I had to discuss. And we no matter how many times we talk about this, and they said we have no culture, we have this, and then I also brought up multiple information on how Mexican people are starting to be culture vulturing when it comes down to melanated people. We talk about hip hop. We talk about all of the things. They're even singing R&B. They're you see, Bruno Mars and all this. They are following your culture. Your culture. You see all of the rappers, these Mexican rappers, they're following your culture. America that you built. It's amazing that you are a slave, a so-called slave in America, but you have so much of your stamp on this land. It's amazing that you are last and shitted upon, and you have so much that you have brought to this land. You have built every structure, every major structure in America was built by our ancestors. Just to be able to sit on a commode was from our ancestors. While others were out in the yard, in the fields, like animals, we have found a way to build sewer systems. The very first heart surgeon was melanated. The very first heart surgeon was a melanated man who learned how to help you be able to live with transferring a heart. All of the things that we have contributed to America. But they said we have no culture. They said we're just hideous people. And yet, they are copying and mimicking us and making a mockery out of us every day. And these are the people who stand next to us, and we think that they like us. And they come right on social media. And now we have Africans talking about they are the reason that some of these, I never seen Africans cook gumbo. Africans don't know a damn thing about jambalaya, gumbo. They don't know a damn thing about the way we cook food in Louisiana. They don't have a clue the way we cook food. I just was watching an Alabama guy, a guy from Alabama. I was laughing at him because they call themselves making a gumbo, and they made a gumbo with some wieners and they added some corn. And I'm like, there's no such thing as wieners and corn and gumbo. And this is that. So the same way I mean, anybody can say that they can make goddamn gumbo. Suzanne Thompson. Anybody can claim that they can make gumbo. But we know damn well you're not doing it like people in New Orleans. We know damn well you're not making jambalaya like people in New Orleans. Okay? So, and these Native Americans, y'all trip me out with y'all food, your buffalo burgers. Because that's what you're known for, your buffalo burgers. And you said we got a hideous culture, but yet everybody wants our fried chicken because we know how to flavor chicken. We know seasoning. It's amazing to you, I mean to me, that they can say that we're hideous people, but yet you love us so much that you want to copy us. And that's what they do. They go everywhere to stalk us. We can't even speak our truth. They follow us everywhere. Why? If I know that I'm supposed to be the original people, why is it a debate? Why are you so afraid to hear another group saying that they were indigenous in this land? Because you know that your time is up. You know that you are the liar. And you know that you have taken many records. Because Walter Plecker, one of the most hideous men, has rewritten who's an Indian and who's not an Indian. We have spoken multiple times that we are not Native Americans. I went out and last night was teaching and showing the people about a chart, showing the differences of Mongolian people. And it's a shame how they don't even accept their cousins from Siberia. And they have the same customs. They have the same customs as the people in Siberia. And the fact that they don't even want to claim them, and they want that, it's amazing that they the only one can claim indigenous to America when they're not indigenous to America. It's amazing that they can throw DNA and scream DNA when they don't take a DNA test. They refuse to take DNA tests. They ask you, what's your DNA? They ask you, what's your language? They ask you, what's your dance? And then when you ask them the same question, they are very silent. Now we talk about a national language. We'll get down to national language. Okay. Um, you know, I'm from Louisiana, from New Orleans, Louisiana. I grew up learning the colonizers' language, which is French. They used to teach us in school about French. And now to this day, they're teaching you about Spanish. Spanish. Now, if the Native Americans, if this is the Native Americans' land, shouldn't we be learning Mongolian, Siberian? Shouldn't we be not learning their language? When you go into supermarkets, when you go into supermarkets and you may see the Africans, and it's about 2 or 3 Africans congregating with each other, and they get in a circle and they start speaking their language. 2 Nigerians or 3 Nigerians, they will speak their language to each other. Then if you see Asian people, they will speak their language to each other. Puerto Ricans will speak their language to each other. When you see other groups of foreigners, they speak their language to each other. But when do you see Native Americans? You see Mexicans, Spanish people speak fluently Spanish right in stores, in Walmart, right in public, right in front of you, because that is their language. Don't have no problem with that. But when do you see Native Americans speaking fluently Native American? What is the Native American language? What is the Native American language? So when they ask you, do you know the language? You would not know their language because they carry a foreign language. They carry a foreign language you would not know possibly. You would not grasp what they're speaking. And they don't even speak the language of Native American fluently. They might say ungawa, a couple of syllables, but they don't speak Native American fluently like you see the other languages. When we are watching, and I want people to understand this, they have other the national languages are for us to learn. You can't learn Siberian. Why they can't? Why you? They have Rosetta Stone for you to learn other people's languages. Why can't you learn the Native American language? Oh, because we keep that language to ourselves. Only us know that you because we're native. You're being native. You wouldn't want other people, the foreigners, to know your language, to learn the laws of your land. You make no sense. And I have told people the first thing that they will do to come at you is say, do you know the language? That's one of the very first questions that they're going to ask you. What's your language? You would not know their language because they are foreign people who carry their ancestors' language. So why would you interpret their language? Why would you know a foreign language? You're not Native American. You're not Alaskan natives. So you would not speak of Alaskans natives. You would not speak of Mongolian natives, Siberian natives. You would not know that language. So that's the easiest trick in the book. And then you call them amongst it, and they don't speak it in front of you. They don't speak their language in front of you. They only ask you the questions. That I'm starting to realize, are they just making shit up? Because everybody else speaks their language. Everybody speaks their language. I'm telling you, all of these continents, these countries, they come to this land and they don't care. They speak in this language, their own language amongst their self. The only time they communicate English is only when they're dealing with American. But when they're together, they speak their language. And you can learn their language. That's why they made Rosetta Stone. That's why they made these books where you can learn. But why can't you learn their language? Because they don't, this language that they're speaking is Siberian. It's a foreign language. So you are not Native American and never claimed to be Native American. So I don't get it. Why are they keep linking us and thinking that we're saying we are them? I have talked about multiple times before this war started. I said, hey, they have a beautiful culture of their own. We have a beautiful culture of our own. We don't need their culture. We don't need it. We're not trying to take from these people. But they're and now I'm learning that many Mexicans are starting to call themselves the real Native Americans. All of these are a lot of attacks that we are receiving is coming from Mexican people. And of course these are people who speak Spanish. And then there was a guy who went to speaking the word, learning they languages and stuff. And I talked about this last night. We talked about Mexico. We talked about how Mexico was first black, and then all of a sudden the Spaniards came down to Mexico to conquer, and a lot of the lighter complexion Mexicans are not the original Mexicans. We talked about that, okay? And they genocide our Indians on our schools terms, and they took King Phillips off of the logo. Now a big circle with yes yes KP in the middle. Okay, King Phillips in the middle shoots King Phillips, but this is what we've been talking about, sis. We've been talking about this for a long time. It doesn't make any sense. It has never made any sense. And these people don't want to include you as indigenous people because this is all about money. Shout out to Tony. Tony, it's all about money. It's all about money because they seem to believe if we was to find out who we were, that's going to hit their pockets. It's all about money, family. It's been about money. They think we want a piece of they really believe that we want a piece of the casinos. We want their reservations. They believe these things. Shout out to Chief. They believe these things. They believe for some reason, because of us learning our truth, that we're going to kick them off. I don't want to be in prison. I don't want to be in prison. Why would you want to be in prison when you are free? Why would you? Them people supposedly are the true Americans, but they can't go anywhere but their reservations. A lot of them have never been to the South. A lot of them have never been to the South. They can't tell you what's going on in the South. They can't tell you what's going on in Alabama. They can't tell you what's going on in Louisiana. They can't tell you what's going on in Texas. They can't tell you what's going on in South Carolina, North Carolina, Florida, Georgia, Virginia. And I could go on and on and on. They can't tell you. So how are you the beginning of this land and you don't even know Turtle Island? You don't even know Turtle Island. And it's amazing to me that we have believed in this rhetoric that these people they was on the trail of tears. And they were crying and walking from all the way from the South all the way to Oklahoma. How did they know to go to Oklahoma? We have been listening to fantasy. The same way that they lied to us about slave ships. That all people of color come from slave ships. And that they had thousands to millions of our people coming from slave ships. The same stories. Over and over and over. They're going to make a new route. And they're going to keep feeding you that you are a foreigner. They're going to keep feeding you. And the biggest thing about people of color, they know that we don't read. And if you don't read and you don't do any investigations, researches, that you would just believe what they told you. And you would just accept it without even doing research. They know that we are not going to challenge because we've been under Jim Crow for decades. We've been under Jim Crow. And we are focused on disliking each other. We hate on each other. We don't support each other. When it comes down to economics and business, we won't fuck with each other. It's good we come into groups, but we are chose a foreign and believe in a foreign people because we would rather pay somebody cheap rather than pay the rightful price to something. And just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's better. We'll pass upon the man who went to school and became an engineer, a mechanic, and go to a Mexican and get it for him for less. And we have boasted these people up. We got these people believing now that they are equal to us. And these people have been competing with us. They came here, we thinking they come here just to come here and survive like other people. Now they got their chests out. These same people got their chests out. And they are competing with our people. We didn't put up a wall for their ass. We didn't put up a wall to keep their ass out of here. But they hate us more than anybody because we are the competition. If they can knock us off, then they can be they see that the battle is to knock us off, and it's all about resources. And they've been trying to knock us off. And the more that they keep populating these Mexicans, and these Mexicans keep coming across these borders, the more that they're going to keep trying to wipe us off. Hurricane Katrina was not, that was not a accident. Hurricane Katrina was, that was a government, okay? That was the government. Blow the levees, knock off a black city. And now you got more Mexicans that I ever seen in Louisiana. Never before Katrina, I never seen Mexicans in Louisiana. But they come there to build, and then they stay, and they bring their culture into a place that already has culture, and they run off the true natives of that land. And I'm telling you, this is the way it's going. And New Orleans is just the first example. It's going to be your era. Because they are trying to remove us. And we are on our last leg because we continue murdering each other, unaliving each other. We are on our last leg. And we got our women who don't want to be with our men, and our men who don't want to be with our women. There won't be us anymore. There won't be a race of Aborigine brothers and sisters anymore because we have gone against each other. The end is coming for us because we have not came together yet. And these people know. Why you think that Mexican people love YT people? Because they want to be white people. They would sell their own souls. They would do anything to be with a YT person. And if that has to do with wiping us out, they will do it. And people come together. A lot of these Mexican people now calling they self white. When they come into America, they put down white. And this is all about ganging up on the original people of this planet, the original people of Turtle Island, and that's you and me. And I repeat, we have never called ourselves Native Americans. Don't understand why they keep saying that we are saying that we're Native Americans. Never said that. American Indians is who we have always been. You got Indian in your blood. You know, you remember your grandmother talking about that Indian red. But we sick of it. And then, like I said, I got attacked last night. They was talking about about our culture, and we don't have this, and we don't. And America, they jealous of us because we do have all the culture. All of the culture comes from these second class citizens that they call black people in America. America is ran by you, and you don't even know it. The vibe, the mode is you. You are the vibe. And America is ran by you. But you don't even know it. And until you come together and understand the purpose of who we are, we won't ever get out of our problems. Stop hating on us and coming together. Because that's really the only thing that's getting in our way is us. The only thing that's getting in our way is us. And you can't blame nobody but us. You can't blame anybody but us. And I just got to be real. Okay? They've been up north a long time, everywhere. 20 years ago, and this is it's crazy. When they got taken over, let me see. She said Wendy's. Wendy's got taken over, and I know what I got there. Yeah, and shout out to Cherokee Tulu. Cherokee Tulu was holding it down. One of our brothers came on over to TikTok, and they reported. They reported all of us. Every time we were speaking that knowledge, they kept reporting us. They kept on reporting and trying to take us down because they could not out debate us. Because our information was so powerful that they kept on reporting us. And they kept doing it. Because they know and TikTok always going to side with their fellow Asian people. Without any question, TikTok is going to they're going to always be on the side of their fellow Asian people. And it's sad to me. It's sad to me. We had multiple panels yesterday. I had 2 of my channels get suspended yesterday. They put me in timeout on 2 of my channels on TikTok. Aboriginally TV, they reported him. We moved over to Aboriginally TV channel. They reported that brother. Zoe Hustler, they reported his channel. They are out to try to stop us. Original Copper, Empress Holber, soon as she came on, they reported her. The attack against us is unbelievable. And that's on TikTok. Shout out to Chief. And that's on TikTok, family. Because they prejudge, they can't stand information. Because everything that we bring is information. We can bring documents and they get their feelings hurt. We bring documents showing what we are and who we are. And they get their heart broke. They'll stay in. When we showed them that they own chiefs, have proven that they did not build the mounds. That they did not build the mounds, they did not build the pyramids. So how the fuck are you inhabited of a land where people was already here? How the fuck are you the first when the other people was already here before your ass even got here? So we just gonna ignore people who were greater than you. We're gonna ignore and not pay homage to the people that was already here. Because it's all about black and white. And for you guys to not believe that's something, you're silly. It has always on TikTok. That's what it's all about. It's not about information, passing information, learning from each other. You can tell these people that you're not native, but they don't want you to be an Indian, and their ass don't want to be an Indian. How dare you say Indian, and they don't want to be an Indian? These are the same people who protest against the word Indian in baseball. Remove that from the Cleveland Indians. These are the same people who protest the word Redskins because it's all about color. And they don't fit. They don't fit the profile. Grand Rising Egyptian goddess. And they get mad with me because when I threw up the pyramids, when we bring up the true Egyptians and they pull up the bones, it looks like you and me. It always matches a person like you, Egyptian goddess. It matches somebody like you, and it doesn't matches a person like them. Every time you do the research and they keep digging, it's melanated people they digging up. Because there's no light skin that comes before dark skin. The dark people are the original people of the planet. There's no light complexion people that comes before dark skinned people. And it's all about race. It has always been about race. They did it with the so-called Christ. And then turn around and say, what does it matter? They did it with the so-called Christ. They paint him, and we all know that's Michelangelo's brother. But it didn't matter that they had to change the image of what he truly looked like. And you read Revelations, it clearly states and detect, a melanated person. It's always been about supremacy, and mixing with us would erase them. They can't mix with us because mixing with us would bring them back to the original, what the original people look like. That's why you are disgusting to them. Because if your man mixed with them, you are eliminating them. And I know y'all keep saying, man, we shouldn't be mixing with them people. We shouldn't be doing this. But I'm gonna tell you this: I don't mix with them. I don't have a attraction to them people. But I'm gonna tell you, these young bulls, y'all eliminating them. Their race is getting eliminated. Because the more you keep sleeping, your young bulls out here keep sleeping with them. The more, because that's the whole reason. See, if they mix with YT people, that's not going to change their complexion. They mix with you, you're going to change their complexion because they hate dark skin. And that's the issue. Dark skin will never, that's what the issue is. It's been that way. I don't give a damn what they say. I've been talking about this for a very long time. Every time you go, and these Africans, Lord, I told an African, I said, how the hell because he kept calling me an African, I'm an African, and all this other shit. And then when I brought up my food and all that, and said, we made gumbo. And he showed me his gumbo, everybody with the, look, I said, what's the ingredients to gumbo? Since Africans made gumbo, what's the ingredients? What the hell? You out here eating cow shit. And you don't, so don't bring your ass out here telling me about gumbo. Don't tell me about jambalaya. We don't eat the same way, brother. Some of these African people are the problem. Some of these African people are the problem. And now they're engaging with Mexican people, with Native American people, with YT people against us. And they don't even know what they're fighting for. They just come in to argue about shit. And one young lady was tearing one of them African women up. Because she called herself, she's from Egypt and all this other stuff. And I mean, this lady was tearing her ass up. We just tired, y'all. It's early in the morning. It's early in the morning. And I'm always happy to see y'all. It's early, my eyes and shit, you know. It's early in the morning. Early in the morning. But I'm going to tell you this. They can never stop the truth when the truth is right in your face. I sat there multiple times. I got people right in our community who dislike me because because of my light skin or whatever you must be mixed. I ain't got a mixed bone in my goddamn body. My mother and my father are melanated people. But I have always spoken about my Creole side. I'm a Creole man with Indian blood. And I spoke about this, never shied away from it. I never shied away about me being a Creole man with Indian blood. But I always spoke with proudness. I always talked and gave the truth about who is the original people, that the darkest man is the first man, the darkest woman is the first woman. And some of these brothers out here, and some of these dark brothers, I mean, Lord, they really hate their own skin. And I don't even get it. You are blessed with so much. You are blessed to have you are so close to the ancestors, and you dislike your own skin. You won't even date a dark-skinned woman because your hatred for dark skin. Did you know Terrell Owens? Terrell Owens, former NFL star, Terrell Owens. You know, he came out and said that he don't date black women because when he was young, black women used to make fun of him because they used to call him ugly. Do you hear what I'm telling you? He said he don't date black women from some childhood shit. You know how many little girls talk shit to little boys, tease little boys when they were young? That's just all that was that the girl might have had a crush on your ass. And these men grow up. They grow up feeling some type of way. They grow up feeling some type of way. Grown ass men. And they get up and they dislike black women. Thank you so much. Egyptian goddess, thank you so much, sweetheart. They grow up disliking black women. Disliking black women because of whatever trauma that they got from their mama. Some of them have been traumatized from their own mama, their own mother. Because I always tell people all the time, you see it in the hood. You will see a mother that would tell tell his son, would tell her son, well, that because of the daddy, she disliked the son because of it. You look too much like your daddy, and take it out on the damn son. And the son grows up because he has to be the man of the house before his time, and he's being treated a certain way. She even called the little boy a bitch. She even emasculates her own son. So her son grows up disliking other black women. So he feels that he has to go out the race. But some of these men don't like their mama, don't like their aunties, don't like their grandmother. Why would you not like your own mother? Why would you not like your own auntie? I know it's trauma. It's so much trauma. And it's the darkest brothers who have issues with some of the most beautiful women in the world. You can't tell me that the darkest woman is not the beautifulest woman in the world. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that. That what is wrong with your skin and why you have a hatred for your skin. And then how could you, why, and then I had a guy, man, was coming up, man, I don't like you because you light skin. I had my own brothers telling me that they don't like me because I'm a light skin. And I told him, I said, man, you got the right one. You know, because I had men look at me like I got like I must be female or something. Looking at me like I'm like, man, you better sit your ass back. Because I thought these dogs, don't look at my skin color. And I have to chest up to some of these men because they assume because I'm light-skinned that you can whip my ass because I'm light-skinned. Some of these men have a problem with light-skinned men. And I would love to be in your place of darkness. I don't get it. And be hating on light-skinned brothers like me. I don't even know why. Because let me tell you something. I'm from New Orleans, baby. I'm from New Orleans. And I don't know what you thought. But let me tell you something. I ain't no bitch ass nigga. I ain't no bitch. And some of these men assume that they can just whip people's ass because of the color, the light skin. And they have problems with their own self. And won't deal with a black woman. And it's sad to me. And I got to tell you this. I don't understand what is wrong with our brothers. I don't get it. You got the best skin on the planet. And you just and we out here bleaching. What the hell are you bleaching? Why would you want to bleach your skin? Why would you you think that, and there was this African, and I was, if you go check it out, it's on TikTok, and there's this African being interviewed. He's being interviewed by, shout out to my brother Charles. There's this African, he's being interviewed by a Mexican man. And the Mexican man told him, why don't you think, why you think you ugly? He said, I'm ugly. He said, I don't want my children, I don't want to mix, I don't want my children from an African woman. He said, because my children going to be ugly. And the man said, well, why would you think that you're ugly? You're no homo, but you're an attractive man. He said, because my white going to make my children right. That man said, white is going to make my children right. So it's not just black people in America, it's Africans too. And I don't get it. The dumbest shit I have ever heard. That in order for you to have beautiful children, you got to go mix. And I had to get on some people. People thought I was with a YT woman. I don't have no YT woman. My wife and I happen to be the same. My wife's just a shade darker than me. But I'm not with a YT woman. All of my children look like their daddy. Every last one of my children look like me. Every last one of them. But some people would think that I'm biracial, and I'm not fucking biracial. Not at all. Okay? So I don't understand the self-hatred. Why do black men dislike their own skin? Why do black men hate their own complexion? Now, my brother, I got a brother who come out the same womb as my mama. And he dark. And I'm light. And they call us chocolate and vanilla. We look just alike. He just dark and I'm light. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Out here bleaching your beautiful skin. Michael Jackson had the perfect skin, y'all. Michael Jackson had the perfect skin. Don't tell me that was that little. Let me tell you something. First thing they want to say, well, he had a disease. No, he had a disease from tampering with his fucking skin. Michael Jackson had a perfect skin. Don't tell me nothing about he had some disease. Michael Jackson tried to turn his nose. He had the perfect nose and wanted a white nose. He said that he was ugly. He said he looked like a monkey. Go look at the interview of a young Michael Jackson who was crying about he said he was ugly. He was too black. It was Michael Jackson. Y'all love Michael Jackson, but Michael Jackson didn't love himself. Go look at all the men that y'all seen back in the days. They look dark. All of a sudden, they look light-skinned. All of the men back in the old days, y'all looking at them. I'm like, how the hell he got light-skinned? I'm looking around. What happened? Y'all don't understand that black men can't stand their skin. Don't know why. I don't know why. You are the most gifted. You got something to give. You got something to give, goddammit. You are the sun people. You are the sun people, the race of the sun people. You can endure burns from the heat. The Most High blessed you. The nature has blessed you. Do you see what them people look like? Them big bubbles? Well, Cherokee Tulu, no. Big bubbles and shit they growing on their fucking back. Pus bubbles. Pus bubbles. Their skin is burning while your skin is, while you in perfection. You are perfection. Nature has smiled on you. Nature has smiled on you, and you're trying to define nature because you think you ugly. Skin don't make you good looking. Skin don't make you good looking. I don't give a damn if you got white skin. That don't make you good looking. I don't care if you got dark skinned. If you're so dark, it don't make. They got light skinned brothers that's ugly as hell. I don't even be wanting to talk bad about. They got light skinned sisters that's ugly as hell. Light don't make you right. Light don't make you right. They got. I mean, God, I ain't gonna. I'll never call out no names. But they got some light skinned women. Like the dogs and the wolves be howling in the night. They got some. I mean, some ugly light skinned people. I mean, ugly as hell. So light don't make you right. Goddamn. You think just having some light skin is the way of beauty? Y'all done lost y'all fucking right. Then I seen some ugly motherfuckers who was light skinned. I mean ugly. Light skinned men and light skinned women. So you have maybe you're just ugly. You're just dark and ugly. Maybe you're just light and ugly. That ain't gonna change what your looks gonna look like if you ain't Denzel Washington. You're just ugly. You're ugly. That ain't have nothing to do with your complex, with your skin. If you ain't had your skin, I mean, come on, man. I hate to be talking like this. I hate to talk like this, but y'all got to know the truth. Light skin don't make a dude or a woman attractive. That don't make you attractive being with some light skin. And even with dark-skinned people, that don't make you attractive. And I hate to be talking like that this morning. I don't like to talk. I don't like to shame anybody. I ain't shaming nobody. But y'all better get off that damn color shit. Because if you're ugly, you're ugly. If you're ugly, you're ugly. Some of the most ugliest light-skinned people. I don't get it. But it's issues with our own people. It's issues with black men and black women who just have a problem with their own skin. And that has been taught with Jim Crow. That is a taught thing. It's been taught with Jim Crow, thinking that that's a thing to hate each other, self-hatred. And just because a white man don't like you and the white woman don't like you, who are they? And what makes them so beautiful? What makes them so damn beautiful? And you want to be like them. You want to cut your hair like them. You want to fry your hair. You want to be just like them. Why? 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 Why would you want that? Why would you want to be like that? You ought to be happy for who you just are, who you are. You're beautiful just the way you are. You don't have to be like no other race. If you just be who you are and just focus on you and how beautiful you are, you don't understand how valuable you are. A gypsy garden said at times light can be a challenge. You're not dark enough for some, and you're not light enough for others. Yeah, and that became, if you come in the South, a lot of that shit comes from the South. The light skin and the dark skin. Cause see, I'm a Creole man, and I know I see a lot of that shit in Louisiana. They got some families don't like their family. I come up from a family that don't even talk to the dark side, don't even talk to the light side, and I don't even understand that shit. It's racism in the family, prejudice in the family. You got brothers, you got some cousins that's light complexion, some of them that's dark, and they don't even deal with each other because one thinks the other is better than the other, and that is self-hatred. That's self-hatred. And it's sad to me. It's sad. I'll do it. I'm thank God I got the melanin skin that I got. Light as y'all think I am, I don't burn. Light as you may think I am, I don't burn. The sun don't burn my ass. Y'all done seen my ass all in the sun. And I don't bubble up. I don't got no burns on the neck. Okay? I'm what you, I got, I'm a little gold. I'm a little gold. I'm a little gold. You know what I'm saying? They used to call me Dirty Red. You know Dirty Red. What's up, Moon Feet? You know what I'm saying? Dirty Red. Dirty Red don't burn. You know what I'm saying? This red skin don't burn like the other red skins. So you got to understand this. I understand who I am. And the sad part is I have nothing but love for me. And I got love for my people. Sometimes you got to hear the shit that you need to hear. Because you got self-hatred for yourself. How could you hate your own skin? How could you hate your own self? And you feel, I mean, look, a lot of that comes from the house. A lot of that shit comes from your house. Because if your mama did not give you enough hugs, if your mama did not give you enough kisses, and your daddy didn't give you a hug, then you're going to have that complex about yourself. Because your mama and your daddy didn't get enough hugs. Your mama and daddy didn't get, so they're going to, that generational curse, it's going to come on you. That generational curse is going to go on and on and on. And self-hatred is going to go on and on and on. You're going to have a complex about yourself because you ain't loved. You got to love. So always tell your babies. Always hug your babies. Tell your babies you love them. Because the very first, the attention that they're supposed to get is from you. Because they're going to get unwanted attention from a stranger. They're going to get unwanted attention from strangers. So it's your job to build your children up. And if you build your children up with love, you build your children up, they ain't got to go out here being thirsty for somebody else. And that's the problem. That's the problem. We out here getting love from strangers who don't give a damn about our children. Cherokee said, my mama is lighter than you, and she's over complexion. Yeah. Shit. They be out their damn mind. Yeah. And y'all don't know how it feels to be a light complexion brother. Because them, and let me tell you something, man, they got some down low brothers out here. They got some down low, dark-skinned brothers. Down low. And I always had to fight. I always have to jump up. Because they see light-skinned as being as close. I don't know what they think. I don't know what they think. But I had to put a motherfucker in their place. Man, you're not talking to a girl. Damon's, I's a boy. I'm a boy, Damon. I'm a boy, Damon. Motherfucker. We doomed to a false classification, overlook, or dismiss, prejudge. Yeah. I told motherfucker, I's a boy, Damon. I don't know what the fuck wrong with you. My mom and her siblings experienced colorism. Yeah. I ain't never seen no shit like this. It's sad that we got this mindset. It's sad, y'all. We got this colorism problem. And we talk about the white man being racist, and we racist against our own family members. Our own family members. It's crazy to me. You don't understand it. I'm glad that color shit never affect my family. Right. And Charles, I'm glad that shit never did, brother. But a lot of that is in the South. A lot of the self-hatred that I know is in the South. A lot of brothers are light-skinned brother and dark-skinned brothers. They just got a problem with each other, man. I don't get it, man. I didn't have brothers that came on TikTok and called me a white man. Told me he can't stand me. I'm a white man. I had an African come on and call me a white man. Just because of my complexion. So I know what it is. And there's a lot of dark brothers who can't stand me. You know what I'm saying? When I tell them I'm Indian, they look at me as like I'm one of the Native Americans. They treat me, some of them don't even include me into the Aborigine groups. That's some of the Aborigine family groups. Some of the ones don't even look at me. I guess they think I'm mixing some shit. I don't know. And I don't never turn against my people. I don't never, even though some of them turn against me, I don't turn against my people. Some people don't even accept me within their Aborigine groups because they think I'm some kind of mixed motherfucker. I don't know what it is. But I don't need their validation either. I don't need their validation either. We quick to check them. And yeah, I told him, I said, I know you see these big ass lips. I don't care if you looking at my skin color. I know you see these big ass lips and this wide ass nose. I know you see this woolly ass hair when I be growing all this nappy ass woolly hair. So if you can't get behind that, something wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. I ain't never seen. Shit. I'm the last. I done seen motherfuckers. They fuck with the other Aboriginal, bro. Oh man, yeah, that peanut might be he might be with the white. I don't trust. You know, they looking at me all sideways. You heard me? They looking at me crazy and shit. But I ain't here to quiet storm. My ass ain't here quiet storm. I'm not here to please these bitches. Fuck them bitches. You think I be worried about their ass? I ain't never seen no shit like that. I know the ones who look at me sideways, you heard me? I know the ones. You know, baby, I know the ones. And I stand harder for black people more than the darkest motherfuckers. I go hard for my black brothers, my dark-skinned brothers. I go hard for my dark sisters more than anybody else. But yet them bitches they don't want my ass. For whatever reason, They looking all sideways at me, you heard me? Them bitches be looking at me all crazy. I'm like, well, fuck you. I don't need your validation. I don't need your validation. As soon as I say Creole, Indian, then all of a sudden, oh shit, well, he ain't pure. He ain't pure. He mixed. Man, fuck you. A lot of you motherfuckers are mixed. A lot of you motherfuckers got something else in you. Bitch, you ain't got to worry about me, you hear me? I ain't got to please you. I'll be fighting harder for you than you be fighting harder for your motherfucking self. We kicking ass on TikTok. And they've been going around trying to stop us. Yeah, they zesty as a motherfucker. Some of them zesty. I think some of them zesty to me. Cause I'm like, oh, bro, what you got, a crush or something? You keep asking me about my skin. I mean, you funny or something? What the fuck you keep asking me about my light skin? What the fuck you worrying about me for? Some of them be zesty as a motherfucker. Shit, we've been tearing that ass up on TikTok. TikTok been getting their ass whipped. And we're Aboriginal Power. I mean Aboriginal TV. Shout out to Aboriginal Power, but it wasn't Aboriginal Power. It's Aboriginal TV. Shout out to Aboriginal TV. Aboriginal TV been eating their ass up. And he had that African lady about to cry. They had the Aboriginal TV had the lady about to cry, an African lady, on her knees, bowing down, and she had to report that man. She had to report. He didn't curse at her. He didn't say no bad words. He just spoke the motherfucking truth. A shout out to Aboriginal motherfucking TV. Shout out to original Copper Empress Hobart, who was eating the shit out of that person on that panel, and they had to kick her off. Our people on YouTube be eating their ass up. They don't want none of this. They don't want none of this because we be speaking them gems. And then all they do is keep reporting us. That lady was crying. That lady looked like she wanted to break down Cherokee Tulu. She looked like she wanted to cry in the car. She wanted to cry in the car. And it's sad. Y'all missed that shit. Aboriginal TV should get an award for the way he tore that African up. That brother need an award. That's why I keep telling y'all, the more I keep encouraging these brothers and sisters to go to TikTok, we're going to shut TikTok down. They can't get all of us. They can't report all of us. If they report all of us, then it's going to look bad for them. We got to shut I've been waiting for all of y'all to come. Big Dog Philly, all of the Aboriginal people. I want to see everybody on TikTok. I want to see everybody on TikTok. Because y'all too talented. All of y'all brothers are too talented. I want to see all of y'all. We need y'all help. She had a breakdown. He broke down an African, y'all. An African. Had her questioning her own self. She was questioning her own self. She was contradicting her own self. She went to talking about that Native Americans was not in America first. He had her talking fucking backwards. Shout out to Bronze. He had her talking backwards. He had that motherfucker talking backwards. I wanted a piece. But then he got blocked. Soon as I wanted to, I requested to come on because I wanted a piece of that ass. So then soon as I got on, soon as I was in the background, then they want to report the man. Then they want to report the man. They want to report the man for not cursing, for not being disrespectful, for hate speech. And what was the hate speech? They were having a conversation. They were having a constructive conversation. Where was the fucking hate speech? Why is always, and then a bitch gonna call me an angry man. Oh, you just an angry man. Always these fucking Karens. And when I opened up my shit, Karen came to me. Karen is always the evilest motherfucker on the planet. Karen is the evilest. She the reason why her husband was lynching. She the reason why her sons was doing what they was doing to black people. Karen is the problem of America. Karen was the reason to keeping black kids out of schools. Karen was on the front line of all the destruction of America. Behind every evil white man, it was Karen. Karen taught the evil white man. All of them prejudiced people who come out of the womb of being prejudiced or being racist is because of motherfucking Karen. Karen is the reason of racism. She teaches her children to be racist. They don't wake up that way. The bitch don't wake up that way. It was taught to be that way. Yeah, go look at the Civil Rights Act. Go look at through them days of civil rights. It was Karen screaming, no, not in our neighborhood, not in our school systems. No, niggers. It was Karen on the front line. But as soon as the Civil Rights Act became clear, who you think benefited off the Civil Rights Act? It was Karen and them bitches, because Karen didn't have no rights in her household, even though she was the polluted person in her household. Karen didn't have rights like her husband to work in corporations. But because of the work of our melanated men, because of our black men who were able, and our women who were marching and getting their ass bit by dogs, pit bulls, German shepherds were ripping the breast off of our women for the sacrifices that we made. Karen got rights. Women's rights was because of the civil rights. Women's rights to go work in corporations was because of black people. So everything that we get, it opens up the doors for everybody else. It opened up the doors for Karen to be able to get out the fucking kitchen. For her ass to go work in the work field. And it's the same shit I talk about. When you talk about the alphabetical community, the rights that they get is off of the rights of our people. James Baldwin was a part of the alphabetical community, but James Baldwin was a black man before he was an alphabetical community. He understood that before I'm anything, I'm black. I'm a melanated man before anything. So you can't never put your feelings over who you are, over your skin. All of the rights that people are getting, everybody gets something but us. And if we get a bill that is for us, then we got to share it with everybody else. If we get any rights act for us, we got to share it with everybody else. And there ain't never been a bill that was strictly for black people in America. James Baldwin knew we were indigenous, but he didn't put up his sexual agenda. He didn't put up his personal thing over being black. And that's what we try to tell these other groups. You don't know the difference because you're gonna always, before anything, you're gonna have melanated skin. Before anything, you're gonna always have melanated skin first. And I'm so sorry, y'all, for being. Y'all know what I like to do, these morning rants. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I love you guys. For those who catch the replay, remember to share the video. Also hit the like button. I'm gonna go down and recognize everybody who showed up this morning. I know that I be doing these randoms. I don't give you guys a chance. But shout out to Ascending of Vegan. And shout out to Suzanne, Thompson. These were the first two people to come in the chat. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Chief Flemings. It's so good to see Chief Flemings. Shout out. We're gonna shout out to Cherokee Tulu. Shout out to Chief Wire. We're gonna keep it going. Shout out to Egyptian Goddess. And if I mess your name up, y'all know I'm ignorant. Y'all know I'm ignorant. If I mess your name up, I'm from Louisiana, and I got a heavy accent, and I fuck up words. Okay, yeah, I said it. I don't mean to tear your damn names up, though. Shout out to Charles Johnson, the great Charles Johnson, one of the most intelligent brothers I met on the internet. Okay, shout out to that brother. Let me see. I don't want to miss no names. Okay, because y'all know. And shout out to Mac Productions. Shout out to that great brother. Shout out to Moonfee, and shout out to the Quiet Storm. The Quiet Storm. Let me keep it going. Y'all know I get ratchet sometimes. Y'all know how I get, you heard me? Y'all got to forgive me. Y'all got to forgive me. Shout out to my brother Bronze. Ain't no brother like Bronze. Shout out to Big Dog Philly, even though he's not here. That brother has always supported me. You know. But anyway, all love to you guys. It's early in the morning. All love to you guys. I'm about to start my day off. And remember to share the video, hit the like button. Follow me. Y'all can also follow me on TikTok, both TikTok channels. And you can also follow me on Instagram, okay? I may start doing more Instagram things too. I was thinking, pushing this thing. I'm also on Spotify. So you guys can support me on Spotify. Remember, you can follow me on Spotify. I'm just about to get started with that and try to I'm gonna be doing some podcasting. And anybody interested in being a part of podcasting with me, let me know. Okay, Brian, I'm gonna talk to you about that too. You and I and Cherokee Tulu, all you guys. I'm thinking about doing podcasting. So you know, much love to you guys. You know, you guys are the greatest. There's nobody like the Aborigine family. There's nobody, and don't let nobody come between us. We can't, and don't be following. Don't let us end up like the Pan African motherfuckers and locked up like motherfucking Polite and all these other motherfuckers. Let's not be like them, y'all. We are a different group of people. We're not them. Let's not be like Sonata TV and them. Let's be ourselves. We are who we are. You hear me? So yeah, yeah. Well. I don't like Jameis. Okay, Jameis ain't better than Derek Carr. Derek Carr only had 4 games. Only 4 games. You heard me? Only 4 games. We'll talk about that after 8 games. Charles, I ain't a Jameis fan. I know, but I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody like y'all. Ain't nobody like the Aboriginal community. Ain't nobody like y'all.